Good morning. I'm Steve from LotPro.com with today's news. Beginning yesterday, automakers began releasing their sales figures for the month of August, and for the most part, they were dismal, with lower year-over-year sales declines for the top 5 auto companies here in the United States: Toyota, General Motors, Ford, Honda, and Chrysler. It's interesting to note that even with falling gas prices, the sales declines for all manufacturers were led by consumers continuing to turn away from full-size pickup trucks as well as big sport utility vehicles. Today, I'll be outlining the August sales figures from these 5 companies. First of all, Toyota's sales fell 9.4%. The good news for Toyota: sales of the Yaris and Camry are both up, and the new Yaris 5-door hatchback should help sales of that model even more. The bad news: Lexus sales were down, Scion sales were down. Toyota can't build enough of the Prius hybrid to meet demand, and Toyota's $1.2 billion plant that they built in San Antonio was built to assemble 200,000 Tundra pickups, while sales of the same truck were down 8% in August and 14.5% year over year. General Motors sales were down 20%. The good news for GM: sales were up 31% over July. Retail car sales were up at Chevrolet, Pontiac, and Cadillac, with the Cadillac CTS showing an 87% increase in sales over last year, and the Pontiac Vibe showing a 95% increase in year-over-year sales. The GMC Acadia, Saturn Outlook, Buick Enclave trio are also doing well. The bad news: the Chevrolet Aveo and Cobalt, both small cars, posted sales declines of 21.3% and 26.6% respectively year over year. Year-over-year sales of Cadillac trucks were also down 49%. Saab sales were down 50%, while Hummer sales, even with GM employee pricing at the end of the month, suffered a 62% drop year over year. Ford Motor Company sales fell almost 27%. The good news for Ford: sales of the Focus were up 23% over last year, while sales of the Escape were up 17%. The bad news: year-over-year sport utility vehicle sales at Ford were down 53%. F-Series pickup sales were down 42%, while Volvo sales, the entire brand, posted a 48.8% sales decline over last year. American Honda sales declined 7.3%. The good news for Honda is that Civic sales were up 5.3%, Civic Hybrid sales were up 47.7%, while sales of their new Pilot sport utility vehicle were up 18.6% over last year. The bad news for Honda is that following industry trends, total Honda truck sales were down 10.3%. Car sales were also down 4.9% over last year, but this was primarily due to the fact that most Honda dealers ran out of the Fit small car before the end of the month due to that model's changeover. Chrysler sales were down 34% over last August. The good news for Chrysler: sales of the Dodge Grand Caravan and the Chrysler Town & Country minivans were up 7% over last year. The new Dodge Journey and Challenger are doing well, while Dodge Charger sales are also up year over year. The bad news for Chrysler: well, everything else from Chrysler is pretty much in the dumper. Total truck sales are down 33%, while even Chrysler's small cars aren't selling well. The Chrysler Sebring sales were down 46%. Dodge Avenger sales were down 41%. Sales of the aging PT Cruiser are down a whopping 65%, while sales of the Jeep Patriot, up a total of 89% for the year, were still down 21% in year-over-year sales for August. Well, I don't know about you, but that's about all the doom and gloom I can take for one day. I'll be discussing the rest of the manufacturer's sales reports next Tuesday. For now, this is Steve from LotPro.com.